Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
Rutherford Issues on WGNS and Big G TV is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Hey, don't forget, this weekend, the 25th Annual Earth Day celebration returning to the Murfreesboro Square. 10 to 2 on the Square, Earth Day celebration. MTE is proud to serve as the primary sponsor and organizer of the event. It is free fun, and it's for the whole family. Walk around. Hey, you don't even have to have a family. You can just leave them and go browse local and organic products and sample some of the hot dogs, but get in the grilled cheese line, okay? MTE with their electric griddle food truck. Don't want to miss the fun at Earth Day this weekend. And when I think of fun, my next guest is the first person that pops into my mind because he has so much fun each and every day. It's Edward Jones, financial advisor, Lee Colvin. He has so much fun. He helps folks, with retirement and income solutions, and just a great all-around fella.
Woo!
Is that your fun?
Yeah.
It sounded like you going down the water slide at Dollywood Splash Country.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm okay.
Wonderful.
I could just see you. I'm trying to get that picture in my mind of you going down the water slide.
Dollywood love Splash me a Country. Good water slide.
Do you?
Absolutely.
I hate them.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't. I don't like waiting 45 minutes in line for 30 seconds of thrill and then almost drowning at the bottom.
I get that. I get that. But
when you have two kids trying to get out of the water, clobbering on top of you, yeah, that happened once.
See, I grew up at Adventure Island in Tampa.
Oh, okay.
So living there in Tampa, in Florida, it rains every day, sometime for 30 minutes between 2 and 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So you spend about 3 hours in those lines in the torrential heat. Then you'd go to lunch when you start seeing the storm clouds come.
Right.
So when the clouds come and start raining, it pours down. All the visitors from out of state flood out of there. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, they've been getting wet all day.
Right. Yeah.
But they can't handle the rain. They leave the park, and then it's completely empty for the residents to go and just have unlimited rides the rest of the day.
So then it's like 2 minutes in line, and
that's right. If there's a line at all.
Yeah. Boy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hint to yourself if you're going to one of those water parks. Go on a potential rainy day and stay after the rain.
And the problem was always for me, it was the anticipation because I don't like them. And then it was the, walking up the line, and climbing the stairs and finally getting to the top and thinking the entire time you're in line for an hour, I hate this place. And then, but your kids had fun, so I don't know.
Just wait until you get to do it as a granddaddy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to love that.
Yeah.
With torture on your face. Folks, if y'all can see this right now.
Yeah. I have a feeling I'm going to be the one. Hey, Pop, can you hold the bags here? And I'll be sitting on a bench for an hour and a half.
There you go.
But, yeah, fun times. So summer's almost here. It's unbelievable.
Brian,
for folks like me, we got to prepare for that retirement, right?
You got to plan to ease the squeeze, though, on that retirement income plan.
You sound so hip when you say that. Ease the squeeze.
Ease the squeeze.
Well, I'm sure in your line of work, the news of the day is people react to, but you've got prices going up, maybe depending on headlines, especially now, maybe not. You just never know. And what happened a year or two ago, all of this kind of thing. But if you're retired, you're probably still feeling this squeeze a little bit, huh? Even
with the overall inflation cooling that we've had, The costliest expenses, Brian, like healthcare, utilities, insurance, property taxes, these things just tend to rise faster than the normal broad inflation numbers suggest. And that does or can create a squeeze that can make you question whether your income plan is really built to last for the current retirement you're in or through the retirement that you planned for.
Yeah.
And, so with that, fortunately, you often can adjust without drastic cuts that affect your lifestyle. So we wanted to bring some ideas that can help you start by understanding where the pressure comes from and how to build more flexibility within your plan.
You know, that uncle that always has his hand out this time of the year. Yeah.
Don't you love him?
Yeah. Boy, midnight. It was, now how am I going to pay this? Last night? But, yeah, so taking all of this into account, you're going to kind of bring several different tips here. We're going to look, inflation and how it hits retirees differently, why some income plans feel strained, why you can do without sacrificing stability, not overlooking health care, and being flexible and informed. That's one thing I'm learning as a grandpa now. Flexibility.
Pop, huh?
Pop. Yeah, that's me.
All right.
So let's hit these one at a time. Inflation hitting retirees differently. The inflation is probably the word of the 2020 so far.
Absolutely. You've likely noticed that your grocery bill, your prescription drug costs, your heating expenses have not returned to normal. Even small increases compound over time, and they can chip away at your buying power. So if your income plan was created years ago, it may assume lower inflation or relatively stable price increases over time. And recent years have shown that that's not always the case. We've seen some higher rates, and you need to plan and adjust for those.
All right. Let's take the second point, why some income plans feel strained.
So, any plan relying on fixed withdrawals or rigid budgets can feel tight when living costs arise. If you're drawing down from your investments, you may hesitate, Brian, to increase your withdrawals because of market volatility. And if you depend on fixed income sources like Social Security or a pension, then your yearly cost of living increases may not keep up with those expenses. You might live 25 to 35 years in retirement, folks. So giving small annual cost increases for decades, these things can add up. Be aware of them. Plan for them.
Lee Colvin is here, Edward Jones financial advisor. We're talking about easing the squeeze on your retirement income plan. Lee, what about what you can do without sacrificing stability?
So a few adjustments can help you stay ahead of rising costs and maintain your financial confidence. First, review your withdrawal strategy. Ask your financial advisor about flexible approaches that increase income when markets and portfolios perform well and pull back during tougher times. This protects your long-term plan with room to respond to rising prices. Next, work to rebalance your portfolio. You may need to uncover opportunities to shift toward investments with more consistent income or better tax efficiencies. Sometimes a small tweak can really generate extra cash flow without increasing overall risk for you.
Lee, that overall risk leads us into finally looking at your income sources. Maybe less affected by maybe rising cost if you maybe delay taking Social Security, for instance, or working a part-time job, or adding inflation-protected bonds, different things like this. But are they appropriate?
This is going to be you, isn't it?
For that right situation, working a part-time job?
You're going to work.
Yeah.
Folks, I tell you,
I wonder where I'm going to work.
Outside of me, I don't know of too many workaholics that love to work more than Brian. Brian works in the radio station. Brian works outside of the radio station at the games. I mean, if you're a WGNS fan, if you're a weather fan, there's not a place that you don't hear Brian around Rutherford County. He cannot stop working, and he does it for fun. I think he almost does it for free.
It sure feels like it's for free. I just saw everyone out there listening eye roll. It's
but
like,
folks, remember, see, we've got to remind Brian. You got to adjust for those inflation increases. So
can't get away from you. The key point about that is looking at this. Healthcare is still a very big, major part of what you can't afford to overlook.
You definitely cannot overlook the cost of health care and how expedient the growth is there. Medicare premiums and out-of-pocket expenses, they definitely can rise annually, and the need for long-term care remains a big financial uncertainty for retirees. Building health care specific inflation into your plan now can help prevent surprises later. Any savings that you have in a health savings account can help you cover healthcare costs. And many pharmaceutical companies offer financial assistance programs to help pay for costlier medications. And that is definitely one that I would suggest that you look into. Sometimes, the doctors just prescribe not knowing if you can qualify or not.
Yeah.
If it's too much, try calling that pharmaceutical company and see if they have any financial assistance programs to help you.
Yeah. Definitely something to think about. And I guess in all of this, staying flexible, stay informed. The news is everywhere. It seems like that's the headline just about every day, or somewhere within every newscast. We're talking about something dealing with money, So today's retirement looks different than maybe it did even a decade ago, I guess, right?
With the inflation that we had in the last decade, it definitely looks different cost-wise. And the key is staying flexible, reviewing your plan regularly, and making small adjustments before pressure builds. A financial advisor can help you find the right approach to navigating rising costs without disrupting the life that you've worked so hard to build.
Lee, speaking of financial advisor, I know we touched on several points today, and a lot of those a financial advisor such as yourself could help with, but maybe someone listening doesn't have a financial advisor, or it's someone they talked to 15 years ago and they haven't seen hide nor tail, as my grandpa would say, since. They need to talk with someone. I'm sure yourself or any of the great Edward Jones folks here in town would love to talk to you.
Brian, we definitely want to be the connection for you with finances, help you learn, help you watch, help you control these budgets. Please feel free to give my office a call. You can reach out to 615-907-7056. Again, that's 615-907-7056. Depending on your need, depending on your location, we have many financial advisors in the area. We would love to find out what your need is and connect you with the right advisor to help you personally.
All right. Lee, thanks for stopping in today.
Thank you, Brian.
That's Lee Colvin, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, joining us here on the program. Thank you so very much for joining in today for Rutherford Issues. Until next time, take care out there. It's time for the Doug Young Educator of the Month, proudly sponsored by City Tile and Floor Covering on Spring Street.